Greetings, YouTube. I have a record number of submissions waiting for me to commentate in so many different capacities. I'm going to try to get to most of them as I can, despite feeling like I've hit a wall emotionally. Fuji Tak, knowing that, worked really hard on this, and he messaged me saying, look, I know you're exhausted and backed up and you don't have to commentate it, but this is a man who has put so much fantastic editing work into his videos for so long that I really wanted to highlight this because as he welcomes us back, he has put in it the Omega Sentinel versus Kang Variant 4 final boss. Now I'm going to do something a little different. I'm going to hide my webcam for this because sometimes his text on screen is actually not visible because of my webcam. So I will hide this and give him the full screen. Masteries, Max Liquid Courage, and Double Edge. So much for turning off suicides like I was forced to do on the only completion run. Synergies, Nimrod, Sentinel, Omega Red, Magneto, House of X. Evan Peterson's favorite. Shout out Evan Peterson. All right. How cool is that? All right. Loading. Shout out to LC Music Tracks. Had to mute it for the ability to put a voiceover over it, but still shout out to LC. Omega Sentinel has a lot in her kit for this fight. We just applied her pre-fight there, so she starts with her heal block debuff. Also apply Mag's pre-fight for that extra attack boost and stun duration. Huh. Initially, I thought her heal block was going to be effective for Kang's heal. Synergies. Okay, we gotta pause this. Nimrod, grant extra attack and extra power gain for shocks on the opponent. Inflict shock passives for special attacks that don't make contact. Sentinel incinerates, instantly drain 5% of the opponent's power. Magneto X, increase the potency of self-repairs. Omega Red, inflict armor break debuffs for each armor up consumed by her special 2. All right, here we go. Medium combo, first to apply a heal block debuff. Look at that, zooming in. She can inflict up to a total of 3 of her personal non-damaging debuffs. Wow. Her special one refreshes the timer of any of her personal debuffs. Her heavy or light or fourth light attack pause her personal debuffs for 7 seconds. Kang's node purified the debuffs unless we have an incinerate or shock effect on him. So we need to have that shock passive or incinerate debuffs on him whenever his timer ends. Now for her special 2, it applies incinerates or plasma-based. Boy, this is going so fast. Sorry, I've got to back up just a little bit. For her special 2, it applies incinerates or plasma based on how many ND debuffs the opponent currently has. With Omega Red, she also inflicts armor break debuffs for a bit more damage. Yay for an Omega Red synergy. Alright, now we just have to rotate between applying more debuffs, pausing with lights and heavies, and refreshing with her special 1. Now, obviously, this is not the final Kang of Act 7, but it still is a very challenging fight. She applies incinerates for medium combos if 3 of her personal non-damaging debuffs are already active. Key minus 565. More incinerates can be applied faster if we can rotate her special 1 and special 2 without any of the non-damaging debuffs falling off. And he says, I just played it safe here by rotating medium and light combos, heavies, then her special 1. Look at all those debuffs tick away. That's amazing. I love seeing that. And from there, it's a very smooth fight. Boom. Boom. KO. Omega Sentinel wins. She's a great champion to have. Lots of utility and good damage, to say the least. Yeah, seriously. And he says, thanks for watching. Put a lot of work into that, and it's worth showing that beginning one more time. All right, Variant 4 final boss. I don't know why I read Variant 4 at first, was thinking Act 7. I've seen so many Kangs this week, it's going to be, it's going to be a long week for me. Thank you again, Fuji Tak, for the editing and the video. It's also nice to know that you've already mastered her gameplay. Now, hopefully, you can get a 6-star Omega Sentinel. Until next time, YouTube, have a good one. I appreciate your support, especially this week.